Hello again from my front porch. It has been a wonderful Sunday here in Des Moines, Iowa. I say that because two reasons. One, it was kind of relaxing. I didn't do a lot. Had a few little things that I had to do. But more importantly, the sun was out. This was tomorrow. You know, the tomorrow that Annie talks about. The sun will come out tomorrow. That was today. Today was tomorrow. And I was singing with joy. Because it got what, 45 degrees or so today. Now that may not sound like much of a number, but with the weather we've been having lately, all that snow that piled up, we've had ice on and off again stuff, and now today it warmed up enough that all that icky stuff is for the most part gone. Check this out. Let me show you. Let me show you. Outside, check out there. Look at that. Look how snow-free the whole place looks. Isn't that fantastic? Well, I suppose if you're a fan of snow, you may not think so, but I think it's pretty fantastic. I also don't know how well this show, I don't normally get to be doing one of these when it's sunset time, so I'm going to turn the camera back here just a moment. I don't know if you can really appreciate the sunset that I get to see from the front porch here too. That's pretty awesome as well. Now, last night, I went to Cedar Rapids to sing at an event over in Cedar Rapids, a Valentine's Gala event. There were several dignitaries there. I wasn't aware that at least, I knew that one of them would be there. There was one that I wasn't aware of, but it was kind of a fun and pleasant surprise. Of course, I think the greatest dignitary there was my friend Christina, because she's the reason I was there anyway. Now, for those who follow along with these little episodes, Christine is the one who a few months ago had lost her voice, or a few weeks ago, whatever it was, had lost her voice, and I went up and helped sing up north in north central Iowa because she wasn't able to do so. So I went up and filled in for her. She actually has been instrumental in getting me up to that part of the state to sing, and she facilitated the connection with me meeting the president of the Cedar Rapids organization, the Filipino-American organization Cedar Rapids, so that they would ask me to come over there and sing as well. I wasn't the only singer from Des Moines. I was one of three, I believe. I know for sure there were two others. I don't think any of the other individuals that sang were from Des Moines, but two of them I specifically knew because I performed with them or at the same venues that they've performed at before as well. So it was an honor to be there for that. The thing that I really liked about it, again, my friend Christina, one of the dignitaries, they also had the newly elected mayor of Cedar Rapids was on hand to do the swearing in of their officers for the organization. Thought that was pretty cool that the mayor of the city of Cedar Rapids would attend their event. And 1st District Congressman Rod Blum was also there. He took part in various events of the evening, helped with certain dynamics of it. But I think it was really great that both of these elected individuals were there for this Filipino-American event. I thought that spoke very highly of how that organization is perceived over in the eastern part of the state, that elected officials of that caliber take time out of their schedule to attend this particular event. So kudos to that organization for having both of them there. Now, speaking though of Congressman Blum, he is one of the few congressmen from Iowa who I've never met. I mean, it's not my district, there's no overlap. I've not, in my trips out to Washington, D.C., where I have met with members of Congress, and I've met with staff members of Congress, his office is really the only one that I haven't connected with. All of the other Iowa delegation members, and certainly other individuals from other states beyond that as well, I have sat down and had conversations about workforce development issues and funding of training and workforce initiatives. Anyway, so it was interesting to cross paths with a congressman from Iowa who I have never met before. What was really funny though is that we were wearing very similar ties. They weren't identical, but they both had pink stripes in them and side angled stripes. And he actually was the one that caught this and pointed it out. He commented, saw it, and joked about how we were wearing the same tie. You know, we had the same great taste in ties. But then later when I was walking by his table, he had someone else at his table. He stood up and asked someone else at his table to take a picture of the two of us showing off our ties. And so I'll put that picture in here as well, because we were joking that what that indicated was we obviously must both shop at the same discount tie store. And I got to tell you, I know that any politician, there's stuff that gets printed about them that would imply that they are the most horrible, awful person on the face of the earth. Congressman Blum is no exception. I've seen some really nasty things, especially now as the election cycle is starting to gear up. Man, some of the stuff that gets said about him is, whoo, wow. Not as bad as you hear about Steve King, but honestly, Steve King kind of brings some of that on himself. Even if Steve King has a good idea or a good thought, his choice of words and the way he expresses it, that could use a little fine-tuning, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Not a political statement. I'm not evaluating either of these guys as politicians. I'm just saying that Steve King could work on his messaging more. He needs somebody to manage his communications more. Not as bad as President Trump does, but not too far behind. Anyway, enough of that. Back to Congressman Blum. He said that the tie that he was wearing, that his wife really likes it. And that was his motivation for wanting to take the picture, because he wanted to send it to his wife to say, look, somebody else has, same taste in ties. I had a nice conversation with him. I enjoyed meeting him a lot. I consider myself a reasonably good judge of character, and he and I did not talk politics at all. We just had a conversation as two guys, and I found him to be a really great guy. I could easily have other conversations with him, and I intend to. Next time I'm making one of my trips to Washington, D.C. to talk about workforce development issues, guess who's going to be added to the list now? And I am going to use the tie angle as my hook to get in the door. Anyway, I don't want to overshadow. I don't want to say like, oh, so the whole thing was manipulative. Blah, blah, blah. No. I'm just going to take use of that opportunity, that fortuitous chance meeting that we had, and use it as a reminder that when I go out there next time, I can use it as a reminder to say, hey, remember me, the guy with the tie? Yeah. I'd like to talk to you about something serious, and that helps pave the way to get in the door. Anyway. So then I sang there, and I was debating whether I was going to drive back to Des Moines or not last night, because there was weather conditions that had been predicted about lots of snow coming in Iowa, especially from the northwest, but that it might reach all the way down to central Iowa, or at the very least there might be some icy conditions. Because when I left town, there was a lot of rain and mist and stuff. So I'm thinking, when this drops below freezing, all that's going to be icy. So I was a little nervous, a little hesitant. But when it came time for me to head out from Cedar Rapids, and was the real time to debate, okay, do I just go get a hotel room somewhere, or do I head on home? I reached out to friends in Des Moines, my wonderful Facebook friends, and asked how things are, and they said it's actually pretty decent here. It's not too bad. So I thought, all right, go ahead and give it a shot. So I did. Got back to Des Moines about 1:30 in the morning, bed by 2. I know some of you are saying, how? I'd be so tired. I'd be so exhausted. I actually wasn't doing too bad by the time I got home. However, when I got up this morning, I was still feeling it. And then this afternoon, my body decided I needed a little bit of a nap. I didn't plan for it. My body said, you're taking a nap. So then I felt better after that. But there were no problems with the roads last night. They were fine. The wind, on the other hand, wow. Man, that wind was, I drove by where I could see American flags out, and they were literally standing straight out, flapping, blowing in the wind with force, because the wind was so strong. And my little Toyota Corolla is not very heavy. After driving a Pacifica and a Ford Explorer before that, I'm used to driving heavier vehicles. And the Toyota Corolla, nice car, but not really that heavy. And so I felt a lot of those wind gusts, and I'm glad the roads weren't even a little bit slick, because some of those, literally, there were some gusts that hit me that hit sideways, and I felt it move the car. on the dry pavement. Can you imagine if there had been slick on the So I'm very thankful, very glad that the roads were bare all the way home, and I had no problem getting back home at that early wee hour of the morning. So then today has, like I said, been just a relaxing Sunday. And the two real main tasks that I did today was laundry, because laundry, and I'm wearing my official laundry shirt. Now I know some people have work shirts, and I have a couple of those too. This actually could be a work shirt as well, but it is definitely a laundry shirt. And you say, well, what makes it a laundry shirt, Paul? I'm glad you asked. It's because of this spot right here that apparently at one point in the past while doing laundry, I got a little too splashy with the bleach. And so now this poor shirt is relegated to only being used for work shirt or laundry, so that if I splash the bleach again, already been there, done that. Now, of course, I did slip out a little bit because I was hungry and I didn't really feel like making myself anything here at home. Not that I had a whole lot in the house to make anything with. But I ran over to Come and Go, the gas station here near me, and had them make me a panini, one of their fresh paninis. I got the Italian chicken one, and I'll tell you, it was very tasty. It really was. The whole concept of gas station food, between Casey's and Come and Go, and now I noticed some others are getting a Quick Trip, getting in on us too. All of these gas stations that are starting to open these little restaurant thingies inside them. I mean, they are so elevating the concept of gas station food. It's ridiculous. But it was a really good sandwich. I would recommend. I'll get one again. I definitely. It was very, very tasty. Anyway. So I'm doing this. I said two things. I did laundry, and then I also I finally put away my Christmas decorations. Yes, you heard that right. It's almost the end of February, and I'm just now getting the Christmas decorations put away. It's been a progressive thing. First, I had to bring all the containers in to put stuff in, and they sat down in my basement for a couple weeks or so. And then there was a stage of taking everything apart, putting things away. My cousin Joyce actually crashed at my place for a couple of nights when it was the ice storms, as opposed to driving all the way back to her home in the Perry area and risking all that. And while she was here, she couldn't stand the fact that my Christmas tree was still up. So she helped me. She actually just did and started taking stuff apart, putting things away. So then, of course, I helped. After all, it's my stuff, but it might still be all set up if it wasn't for her showing up and saying, "You got to take this down." So anyway, so finally today, I got everything, the final stuff all boxed up and hauled the boxes back out to the storage building. So finally, as we're approaching the end of February, my Christmas stuff is all put away. Whew. I also, that's big news for me, because I hate doing this. It's annoying work. It's not necessarily hard work, it's just annoying work. That's why I don't really do all of that setup kind of stuff. Anyway, but I also was very excited that while I was getting ready and doing all this stuff, I weighed myself. And I weighed myself. Now, again, those of you who've been watching for a while, you know that I had gotten up to 230 pounds, 235 pounds in that neighborhood. And I worked to drop the pounds. And I got all the way down to 180, kind of hovered in that 180 area. I wanted to go to 170, and I just couldn't seem to break through the 180 because apparently just changing my diet to not eat so bad and so overdoing it, gluttony stuff, and reducing my consumption of soda and increasing my water intake, apparently that was good enough to drop 40 pounds-ish, but to drop the other 10 or 15, I was going to actually have to work for it. I didn't like that at all. But over the holidays, I put on 10-ish pounds and crossed 190, went back up there, and I thought, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh, the sun is going down. It's getting darker. Let me move you over here like this so you can see me better. See? Well, look at that. See? Oh, don't I look? No. But so like I was saying, I weighed myself, and I had gotten up to 190 in that neighborhood. Oops, about slipped off my porch swing here. That would have been an episode. So I went down, weighed myself, and I'm down to 185. Yay! Yay! I'm really happy about that. I really am. Now, I still have to get back to doing my morning exercises because even though I'm taking the pounds off again, working that way down, the tummy area is still a little flabby looking, and that's because I stopped doing my crunches, my push-ups, and my planking, because all of that helps strengthen the torso muscles and, you know, helps you so you don't slouch. You stand up straight, and, you know, if your back is straight and your shoulders are back and you're standing up straight, then it helps stretch out the tummy too, so it doesn't look so pudgy either. So I got to get back to doing that. That'll really help as well. So gonna be doing that. But again, a big part of this was I'd started to ramp up my soda intake again because I like diet soda. I don't like regular soda. It's too syrupy and sweet. But diet soda, ironically, apparently creates additional fat that your body can't process. And so that's why drinking diet soda was actually making me fat again. And so I've cut that back down to the point now where I'm back to really only drinking it when I'm drinking as part of a meal instead of, you know, consuming it instead of water. I tried to do the water thing a lot more again. And so that's going well. But occasionally I do make an exception, as I'm going to right now, the conclusion part of this particular rambling, relaxing Sunday episode. Diet Coke has come out with these flavors, and I was not aware of these, but maybe you've seen these, but these tall cans with the stripe down the side. Now they have one that's just regular Diet Coke. It's got the red stripe. They also have one that's a cherry flavored Diet Coke, but I don't like cherry, so I didn't get that one. But there are 3 other types beyond that. There's one that is a ginger lime. There's another one that is a mango something, but mango is the main flavor. And then there's this one, the Zesty Blood Orange Diet Coke. Now, I know I like the Blood Orange San Pellegrino, and I know that I'm okay with Diet Coke. I prefer Diet Pepsi, but I'm okay with Diet Coke. But so I thought, Blood Orange Diet Coke. I wonder. And so I'm going to try it for the first time right here through virtual conversation with you. So here we go. Let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, you definitely taste the orange initially, but then as the aftertaste grows, you can tell it's really more the blood orange, because there's just a slight difference about the I don't want to say tanginess, but there's just a difference about a blood orange as opposed to just a regular citrus orange. So yeah, that's good stuff. Now, I got to be careful. I don't want to be drinking it all the time, because then I'll be right back in the problem of drinking too much soda. But it is a nice little refreshing addition. And you know, it's kind of funny because I did notice that blood orange had been added when you go to like a Wendy's or something, and they have those Coke machines where you can process, you can select the mixture that you want for your Coke coming out of the machine. I had noticed at a Wendy's that I was at 3-4 weeks ago, I had noticed that they actually had blood orange as an option in that machine. So I kind of wonder if some of these flavors here, I kind of wonder if some of them aren't the result of tracked experimentation through those machines. You know, Coke seeing what things people tended to, what combinations they tended to make the most, and then took those combinations and turned them into these. I may have to look that up online and see if that's actually what happened. That'd be pretty cool though, if it is. Maybe a little scary, a little big brothery, but still. Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna go keep enjoying my Zesty Blood Orange Diet Coke and finish out my relaxing Sunday watching. I just looked ahead on one of the cable channels, and right now, I'll rewind it so I can watch the whole thing. Right now, an episode of The $6 Million Man is supposed to be on, followed by 4 episodes of The Munsters. Yay! I've got the whole Munsters series on DVD downstairs, so it's not like I'm lacking in ability to watch them, but still, I'm going to watch them because they're on TV. Yay! You all will be watching The Walking Dead tonight, and I'm going to be watching Herman Munster instead. All right, that's plenty of rambling. I'll see you next time from my front porch. Cheers.